It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over all of the cards, all of the content that is coming to NBA 2K23 MyTEAM tomorrow. You guys can see headlined by Bron, Kobe, MJ, and Tim Duncan. Now, honestly, guys, Tim Duncan's like the least hype of all of them, I would say, or I don't want to say least hyped or not. I don't know. He's like the not as big of a name, I would say. And he might be the best out of all of them, excluding LeBron. Now, we'll talk about it here in this video, but we got to start at the bottom and work our way up. Now, starting at the bottom, Stephon Marbury, Anderson Varejao. Do either of those cards pique my interest in any capacity? Absolutely not. Both of those cards absolutely stink. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear it. Neither of those cards are going to make any lineup. They are going to be cheap, and Anderson Varejao could be cool on a Cavs theme team with Bron, but neither of those cards are good. Neither of those cards are cards I would ever recommend to any of you guys watching this video. So I just got to get that out because, again, those cards are going to be kind of bona fide scrubs. Now, I do see point guard D-Rose, point guard Manu, point guard Lamar Odom at 6'10", as well as Invincible Chris Bosh, power forward center. Now, obviously, Invincibles recently have gotten different SIGs, different animations, and so I'm going to be going pretty in-depth with each and every one of these Invincibles. Starting with the Invincible Derrick Rose, he's going to be short. He's only 6'3", and that does leave a little bit to be desired. Now, question, what can they really change on D-Rose? Well, I don't really know, because if we go in here and look at Derrick Rose this year, he's already got good SIGs. D-Rose based on very quick is good. Maybe a tray leaner, maybe the Asta slide, stuff like that. That's the only thing they could really do to Derrick Rose to make him any better. The card is, he's just undersized. That's really that. It's really that simple for D-Rose. Definitely needs a new leaner, I would say, for Derrick Rose, but everything else about the card probably is going to remain relatively the same. Manu Ginobili up next, and Manu's in kind of a similar boat as D-Rose, where he's already got a decent release. Could they update it? Maybe. But my whole thing is, he needs the, obviously, he needs the day movement on the back. Maybe, again, the tray fade instead of the D-Book leaner. But other than that, what can they really do to make him better? I get he might not have the best shot in the game. Levert base isn't bad. Obviously, the Rudy upper does slow it down a little bit. But to me, that's not a bad release. It's not a release I look at and I'm like, dang, that's going to hinder him at all. It's just a matter of, this Manu really wasn't great. And this Manu is basically an Invincible card. Sure, he didn't have quite as good a defense as the Invincible, but he basically was Invincible Manu, and he just was not that good. Lamar Odom up next. 6'10" Lamar Odom. I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about him. Oshman Jang base, he needs a new jump shot. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. He needs a new jump shot. And honestly, as an Invincible, I would bet that he does get a new jump shot. Now, at 6'10", if he does get a new jump shot as an Invincible, I think Lamar Odom has the capabilities of being a top 5 point guard in the entire game. Now, am I gassing Lamar Odom? Maybe. I guess maybe I could gas Lamar Odom because he's 6'10". How do you not, let me ask you this, how am I supposed to not sit up here and gas Lamar Odom 6'10" at the point guard position when Jokic and Ben still run the point guard position outside of maybe Luka, Jimmy? I think Lamar has the potential to maybe even be the best point guard in the entire game, because right now I think you can make the debate that Luka and that Ben Simmons are the best point guards in the game. So depending on Lamar Odom's SIGs, we could see him as the best point guard in my team. And then obviously power forward center Chris Bosh. Again, when we go and look at the last Chris Bosh card, I think he was fine. He just had the Chris Bosh base, I'm pretty sure. Needs a new jump shot. Only 6'11". His player model is kind of skinny normally. I hate to say it, I'm not too excited about Chris Bosh. He's only 6'11", can only play power forward center. Where does he fit any teams? That's my biggest question to you guys. Even if let's say right now you're running Invincible Shaq. Shaq is going to be a lot better than Chris Bosh. So, that's kind of my takeaway from Chris Bosh. I know some people love Chris Bosh in my team. Some people are going to want to run Chris Bosh. And I'm not sitting up here telling you guys you can't run Chris Bosh. I'm not sitting up here telling you guys Chris Bosh is unusable. I'm just saying when it comes down to it, is he going to be a top 2 or 3 power forward in the game? Probably not. Now we get to the end games, and I'm sweating. It's hot here, man. Woo! I'm warm. Are you warm? I don't know. I'm either that or I'm excited because we're getting point guard Bron as well as point guard Kobe and Michael Jordan. Now, Kobe, MJ, are literally going to be the same player. I mean, they are, because even when we look at the last Kobe and Michael Jordan cards, I mean, there was differences in them, right? There were. Are there going to be any differences in them? Not really. MJ's a little skinnier. Maybe he's going to make him move better. I don't know. They're both going to get endgame SIGs. Probably 95% they get the same SIGs. And with that being said, they're going to be the same card. They're basically going to be in between like a D-Wade and a Luka. They're at 6'6". Probably going to move better than Luka, Jimmy. Probably not going to be as good defensively. Probably both those cards, you're looking, though, at top 5 or so point guards in the entire game. I'm pretty sure on my point guard ranking list, I ranked Steph Curry 6 or 7. So with Kobe and MJ, both of those cards are going to be at minimum top 7 or 8 point guards in the entire game. At the end of the day, guys, these cards are basically skins, okay? And what does that mean? It basically means all of them are going to have the same SIGs, same animations. If you're a big Kobe Bryant fan, if you really like Michael Jordan, if you really like LeBron James, Tim Duncan, use your favorite cards. That's what I would definitely recommend. A lot of people are saying my team is boring right now. Well, do what you can with it and use ultimately your favorite cards. Big Bron, let's talk about LeBron James for a while, because when I talk about having the potential to be the best point guard in the game, I think LeBron James is going to be that. Now, with that being said, LeBron has a wide player model, player build. I mean, even if you go, this is a Cavs card. I want to get a young Cavs Bron. Like, I want to see what Bron was like if they have one in my team. 250, I mean, his weight stays the same. I didn't know if maybe a young Cavs Bron would maybe be slightly or way less and be able to move better. Bron at 6'9" is still going to be probably your best point guard in my team tomorrow. I'm just throwing it out there. Not that he's worth you buying or anything like that, because none of these cards are worth you spending $50 on. I'm just saying, if you want the best point guard in the game, it's going to be LeBron James. He's 6'9". He's got an incredibly good player build. He's probably going to be the best on-ball defender and can be that secondary ball handler. If you run Bron with like KD or Bron with Paul George, you're going to absolutely love Bron at that point guard position, because if his main goal is not just scoring the ball, it's going to make him even that much better. Now, again, these endgame cards are tough to green with. They have a really, really fast release. So if you don't play the game a ton, might struggle with his release at first. But again, the more time you spend on it, the better off you will be with it. And then last but certainly not least, we see Tim Duncan. I'm glad Tim Duncan got a new card, just for the sole fact of Tim Duncan has not really gotten many good cards this year. Trophy case Tim for his time was fine, just because he was good at that specific position. Here's the deal. He's going to get endgame SIGs at 6'11". Now, who does that remind me of? Well, let's talk about it. Joel Embiid, a little bit. Bill Russell, a little bit. D-Rob, a little bit. The thing is, he's only 6'11". And so when you're comparing him to Joel Embiid, when you're comparing him to D-Rob, he's just not that tall. He's basically a slightly taller version of Bill Russell. I think Tim Duncan is going to be pretty cheap tomorrow. That's not me saying Tim Duncan is bad at the power forward position, because I actually think the card is really solid. It's just we have a power forward overload in my team. So how I'd rank these cards overall: Bron number 1. I'm gonna take a flyer. Lamar Odom 2, Kobe MJ 3-4, Tim Duncan 5. I'm gonna go probably Bosh 6, Manu 7, D Rose 8, Varejao 9, Stephon Marbury 10. Again, that's without me seeing any SIGs, any animations, any of those types of things. That's just my prediction. Let me know which of these cards you guys are most excited about down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.